Okay, boys, let's get right into the tier list. Let's see. So the first one, we got the Icarus. It's like a high mobility light machine gun. Next up, Bass P. Honestly, I think it's on the lower area. I don't really like it. It just feels like a slow, weak SMG. It might even be awful. Bryson 800, I would say a high. I think it's probably the best shotgun in the game because it has a lot of damage range. Okay, next up, boys, the Bryson 890. Honestly, I think it's up here because it's pretty much identical. It just has a magazine. Oh, the burps are coming back. The Chimera, I would say the Chimera is an A. I would put it in S. There's a lot of recoil and there's a lot of guns that kill in the same speed, but with less recoil. So I think that makes sense. Okay, boys, the combat knife. Where do we put the combat knife? You know, the knifers always do kill you off your streaks. TKO says S. The EBR. This thing, very underrated, but I don't think it's that good. It is a one-shot headshot, I believe. So it could be an A tier, but I think it should be in B or C. What do you guys think? Okay, boys, now we got the Expedite 12. B tier, D. You guys think B? Okay, I'll bring it up to... No, not B. You know, I'm going to keep it in lower mid. I don't think it's that good. The Fennec, I think the Fennec is an S tier weapon. It is very hard to lose a gunfight with the Fennec. Next up, we got the Balaska. I think this weapon is good when you throw on the Snake Shot Akimbo. Other than that, I think it's pretty bad. Oh, you know, it's not the most consistent. It's kind of like the Expedite 12 when you do get that one shot. So I think, yeah, C tier is probably good. What do you guys think about the Hurricane? This one, I have mixed feelings about this. It's like a long-ranged SMG. F-TAC Recon. This baby is underrated, although I hate it. So we're putting in the F. No, I'm just joking. You can do very good. So I think we're going to keep it in the C. Next up, boys, we got the HCR. Let's say a C tier. I like the Icarus more, and I feel weird to put them in the same category. Okay, boys, the Joker. The Joker, we all know, S tier weapon. This shit's insane. The Cast-Off 545. This thing's actually very underrated. Overall, I think it's probably the best B tier weapon. Cast-Off 74U. I don't even gotta ask you guys. Boom, straight to S tier. Best gun in the freaking game. Cast-Off 762. Another S tier weapon. This is like one of the best ARs in the game. Such a hard-hitting weapon. It literally hits harder than Johnny Sins. Lockman 556. I think this weapon's good, but it feels like a pea shooter and there's a little bit of like weird recoil, although there is like no recoil. Lockman Sub. Honestly, this is probably an S tier weapon, but I'm going to put it in the high. I think it's one of the best SMGs in the game. This reminds me of like an M4 of SMGs. It's like good in every single area. Lockwood 300. This thing, it has a lot of range, but you only got 2 shots, so you always can get cocked. Your pants are always down when you're using this weapon. After you shoot 2 bullets, it's like dropping the soap. I think it's a C tier. The Lockwood MK2. I think this is an A tier weapon if you have good accuracy. If you have bad accuracy, it's probably an F for you because you're gonna have to shoot the enemy 3 times. Next up, boys, we got the M13B. I think this is a upper mid because I believe it's one of the best long-range weapons in the game. Has a very good damage range, but other than that, it is a very bad weapon. First of all, you got to go to DMZ to unlock it. So at that point, I just want to throw it to F tier because I don't want to play DMZ for a weapon when I'm trying to play multiplayer. Next up, boys, the M16. Definitely the most broken gun in the game. Okay, next up, boys, the M4. I think the M4 is a S tier weapon. I think it is a little bit better than the Cast-Off 762 because you can build it in many different ways. Which one is this gonna be? The MCPR. I think this is gonna go on to the... Next up, boys, the Miniback. You guys are gonna hate me and be very confused, but I think the Miniback, a high A. It feels like it doesn't have the best damage range and it's only good on shipping. Like, that's the only map I'll really use the Miniback on. Okay, next up, boys, the MX9. I absolutely hate this weapon. It just feels like a weak STB. So I would rather put it in the low E. The P890. I think this is honestly an S tier pistol. I think this is one of the best guns in the game. Next up, boys, the PDS W528. I think this is a lower mid weapon, but the best in the lower mid. I see it's nice and fun to use, but the iron sight is terrible. You know, honestly, I think it's better than the Lockwood, so I think you're onto something on there. I think high C. Next up, boys, we got the Pila. You know, all the launchers in this game are actually horrible because the one job that they're good at is blowing up aircraft, but then all these guns can destroy the aircraft way quicker. So that's why I think they're all F tier except for one of the launchers. Next up, boys, we got the RAL MG. This one is a very good LMG. It's just super loud. I think it's a little bit better than the EBR and the Icarus, so I'm going to put it over here. The Rap H. Honestly, I think this weapon's like lower mid. Next up, boys, the Riot Shield. Honestly, S tier weapon. This thing, if someone hits you with it, your guy will flinch so much to where his back breaks and you can't do anything about it. And the lunge, if you get hit once, whoever has the Riot Shield literally turns into like Superman and he just flies across the map and just smacks you 2 more times. RPG. What do you guys think? I think it's the best B tier weapon because this shit blows up everything. Okay, RPK. This weapon's actually very good. I would say it's the best LMG in the game. I think it's better than the Chimera, honestly. I think the RPK is a very good weapon. Next up, boys, the S... Wait. I thought the LAB was the SAB. Oh, shoot. Chat, it's too hot in my room. Watch what I have under this black jacket. It's insane. A freaking black t-shirt. The hair change every day. Every single freaking day. There's no consistency. So is the LAB still here? I think it's a upper mid or I think it's a low A. But I think it's like, you know, outclassed by these. And I think the SAB is pretty much the same as the LAB, just faster. Okay, boys, Signal 50. This thing will literally never one-shot. It's just like a consistent... Oh, the burps. A consistent one-shot gyad. SO14. Freaking hate this weapon. I want to put in awful, but this is the best weapon to take down streaks with. So I'm going to put it in low E. Next up, we got the STB 556. I think this is a very good weapon. Used to be S tier and then they nerfed it. So now I would say it is probably a little bit better than the RPK. Now we got the TAC 56. I think this is a very good weapon. I think it's a little bit worse than the M4 and I think the pros would agree because the pros used to use the cast off. They GA'd that gentleman's agreement. They all agreed to not use it. So then they all started using the M4. Then the M4 got GA'd. Now they're all using the TAC 56. So I think this makes sense. The TAC V, this is a very good weapon, a very underrated weapon. Honestly, I would say it's a little bit better than the, let's say right in here. Next up, Vazdev 9K. For sure an S tier weapon, boys. I think the Vel is maybe, I think it's a little bit worse than the Hurricane. The Victus XMR, I think this is like a, the Victus by default comes in with a crazy zoom. The MCPR does not, so this one's just kind of like awkward to use. Next up, X12. I think the X12 is like a, it's probably the best, the worst secondary in the game, so I'd put it in like a lower D. Next up, boys, the X13 Auto. Honestly, I would put it over here. I think it's a very good weapon. I think it's a little bit worse than the P890. We got the .50 GS, the Deagle. Where's the Deagle gonna go? I think the Deagle, since it is a one-shot upper chest, you don't even have to hit the head. A high B, you think so? Maybe it's the best B tier weapon. Okay, boys, I think this is a pretty good one. I'm gonna post this on Twitter real quick.
A little bit like young, I bought a yours today. Let her pay it all, yeah, like bird.